Heal by just bite your arm. You're dead. Yo, dude, runes and masteries, sure thing, man. I'll go over them with you right now. I've been playing. I'll just tell you right now, guys, to everyone who just hopped in the stream here. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna talk about runes right now, because Black Sabbath wants to know. I have been maining Katarina since season 1. So for Black Sabbath and Ingested, who just came in here and they're like, oh, is this guy legit Katarina main? Like, yeah, I've been playing her since season 1. I know everything about Kat, all the nerfs that happened to her, and she's my favorite champion of all time and my go-to mid laner of all time. So my runes are, this is my standard runes, health per level seals, AP per level glyphs, so I can snowball really hard, move speed quints, because it complements Luna's Echo, gives you a bunch of move speed, especially since Luna's Echo's movement speed has been buffed from 7% to 10% move speed, so now you got even more move speed, because I'm a roamer, I really like to roam, I like to chase, I like to escape, I like to do all these things together. So movement speed quints fits my playstyle. AP per level glyphs to help you keep snowballing throughout the entire game. Constantly you want damage. Early, late game you want to continue scaling into late game. Health per level seals, the reason I go for that is just because health per level seals help you stay beefy as an assassin. You're easily killed. Health per level seals help you survive that sort of late game fighting and all that. You could even go for Rylite Crystal Scepter as your last item if you feel like you still need more HP. But technically, you want to go full damage with Cat, like Luden, Zonya, Void Staff, Rapidon. You want to go full damage, just destroy everyone. My penetration marks, magic penetration, obviously very simple. I like magic pen. Magic pen is standard for all AP assassins, all AP mages, typical. If I'm versus an AP champion, because I have 2 rune pages, 1, 2. If I'm versus let's say LeBlanc, Annie, really annoying early pre-level 6 insane base damage. So LeBlanc and Annie are perfect examples for really annoying base damage early. If you guys know Annie, she can full burst you like at level 6 probably. Like she can really hurt. LeBlanc level 2 all in, like she'll do it every time. QW, that's like half your HP, and she'll keep doing it until she zones you out of lane and you lose the lane. So exactly the same thing. Everything is move speed quints, health level seals, magic pen marks, but I go MR glyphs. MR glyphs help you in the early stage. Flat MR, not MR per level. MR per level is good for late game and scaling. Flat magic resistance. Flat stats mean more early. Flat stats help you versus these annoying level 2 all-ins, level 2 power spikes against LeBlanc, full all-in on Annie when she hits level 6. Annoying all-ins, just any base damage early AP champion. This applies to LeBlanc, Diana. I think these are the best examples I can come up with here. Sometimes even earlier than 6. You're right. I mean, even sometimes earlier than 6, Annie can actually do pretty good damage. But if you know what you're doing in lane, you won't get damaged by Annie. Annie is really strong when she hits level 6. I suggest leveling up Shampoo versus Annie because... sorry, not Annie, versus LeBlanc. If you have Shampoo at level 2, she will Q, W, and then use Shampoo to a minion to dodge the W, and you take 0 damage, except the Q damage, which you don't care about. So it also needs quick reaction timing to LeBlanc all-ins. So yeah, flat MR glyphs against AP champions, and that's it. If you're versus an AD champion, just stick with this. Stick with health per level seals, stick with AP per level glyphs, right? You don't need flat armor seals. You start with a cloth armor as your first item against AD champions like Zed, Yasuo, whatever you want to call it, any AD champion, Talon. You go HP per level seals. Don't go flat armor because you lose out on the HP late game. That will help you in the late game. If you have flat armor, that's what you will lose on. So, you start with a cloth armor. That's all you need. Cloth armor helps you in the early stages of the game, and you can actually go for a Seeker's Arm Guard into Zonya if you want to rush Zonya, or you can go instantly into a Luden's Echo and finish Zonya after if you want to rush Luden's Echo. But you can rush a Zonya if you want. It's up to you. It's not a bad choice. The only thing is Zonya costs way more now, so it's kind of annoying. Like, to get that item, it takes time now, because it went from 550 gold complete recipe into 1100 gold once you get Seeker and NLR. My items for Cat, I usually typically go for Luna's Echo Rush if I'm really snowballing. If I feel like I want flat stats early, flat stats mean more. Abyssal Scepter, guys, here's the thing. Abyssal Scepter is the only item that has not been nerfed this patch in terms of gold. It costs way less gold than before. Voice Staff, Rabadon, Rylite, Luden, Zonya, all these items are increased in price, making Abyssal Scepter really gold efficient at level you know, at the early stages of the game. Abyssal Scepter is way more reliable in terms of gold efficiency. It also reduces flat stat by 20. It reduces flat MR by 20, which is amazing. Really good, you know, it's just a really good item to go for. If you're snowballing, like versus a Kog'Maw, as you just saw this game, versus a Kog'Maw, I don't need the Abyssal versus Kog'Maw. I'm just gonna rush Luden and crush him, you know. He's just a tiny little ant, a tiny little voidling, walking around, spitting fireballs and shit, thinking he's good. All I gotta do is QEWR, and there goes your life. You guys saw how hard I bursted him last game. He really couldn't do anything at all. So yeah, that was a lot of talking. There you go, that's all earlier I can talk. If you want to know my masteries, here you go. I go for this. Double-edged sword because you're a melee champion. AP instead of the lifesteal spell vamp. Katarina is not a sustained champion. You don't need this. Go for the AP and attack damage. If you want Bounty Hunter or this, it's up to you. If you have CC in your team, go for Oppressor. If you don't have CC and if you want to sort of... Let's ask, man, can we play with you? I'm doing a fan game right now, right after I finish explaining the masteries, so we can do a fan game. It's a 1v1, basically. But yeah, I'll tell you how it works in a bit. Savagery, cookies. I don't go for this, because I already have move speed quints, and I already have a ton of mobility. I don't need this move speed out of combat. So I go Savagery to last hit better in lane, because Katarina's laning phase is much weaker now, so you need to know how to last hit properly, and Savagery really helps do that. Cookies to sustain. You don't need the Runic Affinity. You don't care about blue buff, red buff, Baron buff, and all that shit. Just go for cookies. Helps you sustain early. Deal 5% increased damage to champions below 40% health. Helps you when, you know why it helps you. I'm sure you already know. Because you're Katarina, you're an assassin, you want to delete them, right? This is the perfect way to delete them when they're low HP. Dangerous game, much better for Katarina than Bandit, obviously, because you want your health to go back up after every kill. Armor, magic resistance per level helps, and Thunderlord Decree, because Thunderlord Decree is fucking awesome in terms of bursting people. Deathfire Touch, I'll tell you why. Area effect and damage over time. Apply half of this damage over 1.5 seconds. Half. Not the full. What is Katarina? Katarina's area of effect. Katarina is AoE, right? Thunderlord gives you more burst. You want burst, right? With Katarina, you are a burst champion. You want to delete them. So Thunderlord does that job really well. It's for bursting. Basically what this is for more damage on your abilities and sort of more poke. Katarina's not about poke. Katarina's all about all-in. Thunderlord is good for all-inning because Thunderlord is a burst mastery keystone. So there you go. There you go. Hope that helps you out, guys. That's all my explanation about Katarina. Why do you go for two-sided sword instead of 20 HP sustain per minion every couple of seconds? I'll tell you why. Because I'm an all-in champion. I'm an all-in balls mode. Go in, go ham. You know, double-edged sword. I deal additional 3% damage, and I take an additional 1.5% damage. I don't care about sustain in lane. I emphasize that way too much. I don't like sustain, like I don't go lifesteal spell vamp. I don't like sustain. I'm Katarina. I'm an assassin. I want to kill them. I want to kill them from full to zero. How do you do that? Get a double-edged sword. You deal more damage. You want to get resets because Katarina in this meta really needs damage. You need to pop them from full to zero. That's just cat, you know. You need double-edged sword. You are great, thanks to I'm playing her no G8 game no G8. 8 games in a row and 7 wins. That's great, man. I'm happy that you are winning with her. Why don't you go with a keystone on front? You're in the Deathfire, yeah, I think I already said, yeah, I already explained that. So, you know, because this is burst, I'll say it really quickly, because this is burst, it's good for bursting, this is good for poking, and doing, just in general, poking and more increased damage in your abilities, and it only applies half of the damage when you're doing AoE. Katarina's all AoE, WR, you know, this is all AoE in team fights, all you do is AoE. Thunderlord, however, gives burst. Pure burst, right? You pop them full to zero, Thunderlord proc, that's it. There goes your health, there goes your life. Goodbye. See you later, you know? Toss him out the window. Like how I deleted this Kog'Maw. I was like this with Kog'Maw. This is Kog'Maw, right? I was doing this. Throw you out the window. Goodbye. See you later, my friend. That's it. That's Kog'Maw right there. He's out the window. He's gone. If he comes back again, I'll do the same thing. I'll do this. Toss him out the window. There you go. Excuse-moi. Rip Cog. Okay, guys.